For 30 years, the world has replayed the same headline. China is about to collapse. Every year, a new reason, every outlet, the same story.
Lead China to the edge of the next Great Depression in a very short amount of time.
And a very short amount of time is apparently 29, 28, 27, 25 days.
But here's a twist. China never asked the reverse questions. What if it's America that's collapsing? For decades, the world followed American rules. Washington decided what was advanced, what was modern, and China ran to catch up. But on Trump's latest Asia trip, the picture told a different story. In Japan and South Korea, he was treated like royalty. Crowds, photo ops, cryptic smiles. With Xi, it was different. Leaned in close to whisper. No big lines, just quiet respect. Also look at today. US debt exploding, growth is stalling, society is splitting apart, and Washington keeps slapping tariffs on China until its own polls start choking. Meanwhile, Beijing stays calm, no drama, no tweets, just precise counter moves. Round after round, America keeps tripping over its own rules, rewriting clauses, backtracking, gaining nothing. So maybe it's time to turn the question around. What if it's America that's collapsing? How did a trade war meant to corner Beijing end up burning Washington itself? Hi, I'm Sisy. Welcome to my channel. And here I look at global events, neutral, a bit fun, and from a Chinese perspective. Today, let's start with the tariff fight and break it down step by step. As writer Dong Wang put it in Breakneck, China is the engineer state, America the lawyer state. An engineer-minded government gets things building and running. A lawyer-minded government keeps things talking and arguing. And nowhere is that clearer than in the trade war. Started in April, Trump flipped the table again to China. Tariffs from 34% to 84 to 145. Each time he shouted, "Raise it!" Beijing simply mirrored him quietly, precisely. A few rounds later, Trump got restless. He pointed, "Just phone to President Xi." Beijing replied, "No, they didn't talk."
我要重申，中美双方并没有就关税问题进行磋商或谈判。
Silence. Then Trump, "I'm ready to negotiate anything." China, still silence. Soon he had a new nickname, Taco. Trump always chickens out. Each time he played tough, he ran straight into the same war. America simply can't live without Chinese supply chains. Each round of talks ended the same way, with a longer exception list. And the longer that list got, the clearer America's weak spots became. Christmas lights, toys, car parts, chips, sensors, even aerospace screws, all made in China. Here, one thing stood out. America fought with paperwork. China fought with products. The more the US tried to block China, the more it ended up blocking itself. By October, the trade war had its next act. China's rare earth counterpunch. Frustrated by it, Trump hit replay, this time threatening 100 to 150% tariffs on Chinese ships and cranes. His pitch, "Bring shipyards back to America." Nice slogan. Too bad ships are not built on slogans. Experts warned, these tariffs won't build new ships, just make unloading slower and more expensive. China now builds 200 times more ships than the US. 70% of the world's container ships come from Chinese yards. At Ningbo, Zhoushan, over 2,000 vessels move daily. Robots, delivering trucks, automated cranes. In America, one LNG ship takes 5 years. Hearing, reviews, votes, Everyone talks, no one builds. Paper piles up, shipyards empty out. China does it in 18 months, 40% cheaper. Biden's shipbuilding revival plan still stocking approvals 3 years later. Even the U.S. Shipbuilders Association admits no capacity, no workers, no plan. That's the delta. America talks in meetings and debates contracts. China works in factories and delivers results. Look at their leaders, it's in their DNA. In China, the top ranks are full of engineers. Hu Jintao, water engineer. Wen Jiabao, geologists. Xi Jinping, chemical engineer. Li Qiang, mechanical engineer. In the US, it's lawyers and consultants. Biden, Obama, Clinton, all law backgrounds. Their instinct is to debate legality, not practicality. So when crises hit, pandemics, energy shocks, climate chaos, China mobilizes, build hospitals, expand capacity, fix supply chains. America legislates, hearings, lawsuits, mask mandates. But in an age of constant crisis, the winner isn't who talks louder, it's who fixes faster. And this round goes to engineer. Now, someone will jump in and say, wait a second, China has many issues. Debt, housing, youth unemployment. Who knows who collapses first? Yes, the subways emptier, apartments unsold, prices dropping. Some say feels like Japan before the lost decades. But look closer, those are pains, not fatal wounds. Because no matter what happens inside China, the world still runs on made in China. Clothes, chips, furniture, solar panels, rare earths, every supply chain loops through China. Each time Washington shouts decouple, reality answers, good luck. According to IMF 2025 data, America still gets about 21% of its imports from China, Europe roughly 23%, and for green tech and critical materials, the dependency shoots past 70%. So, when Washington warns of China's collapse, the world quietly leans on China to keep running. That's the thing about an engineer state. Problems don't explode, they get fixed. Moreover, China's economy isn't a free market game. It's a command and adjust system. When property sinks, state banks hold the line. When debt tightens, policy banks step in. When credit dries up, the central bank opens the tap. In the West, markets fail and the companies die. In China, system wobble and the state repels. Not flashy, but effective. And business policy is something America's lost, a social shock absorber. Lose a job in the US, and you are mostly on your own. Rent, bills, and insurance all become your personal battle. In China, family networks, side jobs, small-town work soften the fall. It's not ideal, but it keeps the system alive. Everyone complains, no money. Yet during holidays, millions still pack tourist size people mountain people say. Messy, noisy, moving. That's stability, engineer style. This logic runs deep, back to Du Jiangyan 2000 years ago. No dam, no block, just flow control. Overheat, drain it, slow down, guide it. It's not about market cycles, it's about rhythm. That's why collapse prediction keeps failing. The engineer state bends, hurts, slows, but rarely breaks. The lawyer state builds its order on laws and lawsuits, but when society cracks, laws don't solve, they stall. Look at America, protests, strikes, cultural wars. Every problem turns into a court case or a tweet. Laws of talk, no fix. Gong say it best. In 2024, there were 320 school shootings, 500 casualties. The solution? Still stuck in the Second Amendment loop. Private guns, private cars, sold as freedom. Really signs of a government that quit on public services. The word hard get-ahead dream, gone. America runs on oligarch capitalism now. Money and lobbyists calling the shots. Elections look open, but it's Wall Street and Silicon Valley buying megaphones. The average American joins in mortgage, student, and medical debt. No wonder the so-called TikTok refugees scroll through Chinese apps, realizing that they were the ones living in a dream. Trump didn't break the system. He is the system. Freedom, democracy, moral high ground. Now props in his reality show. And the people he claims to protect, farmers, workers, allies, are the ones hurt mostly by his policies. Globally, tariffs became America's weapon, legal papers against physical production. But when words meet factories, paper cuts the wrong hand. A single screw, a chip, a cargo part, one export rule from China, and the tariffs boomerangs. China didn't fight harder. It fought smarter. It turned rare earth regulation into law, mapping every step from mining to magnets. That's what happens when engineers write legislation. Because in the end, it's not the rule book that wins, it's who can still make things. Without factories, law are just paper armor, and paper eventually burns. Once, America was the beacon of freedom. China followed, the world believed. But that light is fading. What's collapsing isn't just the economy, it's faith in its own system. No tariffs can fix that. No one pushed America down. It's collapsing on its own. Hollow rules, empty institutions, and a trust deficit. Meanwhile, China doesn't shout or gloat, it just keeps building rails, ships, networks, calm, methodical, boring, and unstoppable. All it has to do now is watch as the once shining civilization dims, belief by belief, pixel by pixel. Yes, the engineer state has flaws, title control, rough edges, limits. But in an age of permanent crisis, the real question isn't who talks better, it's who still does better. So, which state would you prefer? One that argues or one that builds? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and join me for more stories told from a Chinese perspective. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.